Well, hello, and welcome to a last day of the big spring sale. So I figured I would hop in really quickly today, just do a really quick kind of like a recap stream of basically all of the different things that I've been like keeping my eye on, and just things that I, saw from the sale, or just like really good last minute lightning deals, or just things like that. So, of course, if you've never tuned into one of these, hi, I'm Ashley. And then, of course, this is Swift Wellness. I do have a couple unique coupon codes in the stream today. So if you are watching, all you need to do is press on that little yellow button on the live stream that says claim promo codes, or log in to get promo codes, and it will automatically apply that to your cart. So if you're looking at it and you're curious where the deal is or where the discount is, definitely just make sure that you are logged into your Amazon Prime account, and you are also looking at the checkout page, not the cart. So the cart will obviously not show that full discount. So I do want to chat about a couple items. There are some lightning deals in the stream right now, most specifically my satin pillowcases. And what else do we have today? We also have a couple really good coupon codes that will, like I said, stack. Most specifically, my foot masks. They're probably like my favorite. So, hello, Cookbook Divas. Hello. So, let's go into this. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, so let me switch over. So I have probably shared the satin pillowcases like a million trillion times, I feel like, and they're probably one of my favorites, but I also just wanted to go ahead and like start with those, simply because they are probably one of the most affordable things. And like on this stream, seriously, I think the gray ones, for example, are under $5, or like right at $5. So these satin pillowcases are kind of awesome because they are pretty much like Silk's affordable sister or brother or cousin, or whatever you want to refer to it as. And they also do come in sets of 2. So if you've been kind of wanting to try a satin pillowcase, or like a silk pillowcase rather, and you just haven't like kind of got up the courage to spend that much money on silk, satin's going to be a really affordable alternative. And most specifically, you'll see that I do share like lots of bed shear items, because they're just a really good quality item as well, to kind of have, like, whether it's their pillowcases, whether it's their sheets, whether it's their comforters, anything like that. I always share this brand because it just is such a good one. So these are what the satin pillowcases look like. So you can see they're really soft, kind of, I think there's something on that one, but they're really soft and silky. And of course, these do come in 2 variations. They come with one that is like this envelope enclosure, like this, that you could see, that kind of folds over to keep your pillow in place, or you have other ones that do have the zip closure. But the ones that I did share in the stream today are all the envelope enclosures, I believe. And then hello Lester, hello. And then of course they do also come in tons and tons of colors. I kind of have this like warm, I think it's called Dusty Rose. It's kind of like a pinkish gray color, which is really great. Or there is also this other one that I do have here, which is the gray as well. So both of these are going to be just a really good kind of option. I feel like they're both really neutral, so you could easily let me show you side by side. Both of these are pretty neutral, so you could pair them with a lot of different kind of colors of sheets. And kind of match around with any of your aesthetics. So, hey, Amazon customer, thank you for the follow. And then also, of course, JLo, thank you. So like I mentioned, you can do a lot of really cool colors. These are a simple way. Like obviously this whole stream is kind of based around kind of like bedroom refresh, kind of like just elevating and upgrading like your normal bedtime. So these are great for a lot of the other skincare and different things that I did mention, because they really help kind of cut down on any friction with your hair. So a lot of times that might be like, static cling, frizz, breakage or split ends or anything like that. That would kind of be caused by like a normal pillowcase, microfiber, linen, even something as soft and silky as bamboo can cause damage like to your skin, to your face. So it's all a really kind of great, woohoo, looking at olive green color. Yeah, I know, I always put a green all the time. You'll always see green in there, but both are really good options. And then of course the pillowcases also do come in your standard sizes, your standard, obviously, queen and king, and then of course also your body pillow length as well. So if you've been wanting to try, like I said, a silk pillowcase but haven't really committed to it fully, or you're looking for a satin pillowcase for your longer body pillows, and you've been having trouble kind of finding one that fits your body pillow, then these are going to be a great option for that. So this is like one of the only brands I feel like that I've ever seen have the satin pillowcases in that body pillow length and that body pillow size. So really, really good options. And what I did is I just linked a few different variations, whether you like kind of more of that taupe color, or you do like something more like this gray, or of course everybody knows that I like my green, so I had to kind of share like all of those today. So while we're talking about like pillowcases and bedding and all of that, I did want to share a couple different versions too, because I know that pillowcases like that are satin like this aren't always everybody's favorite pillowcases. Like that might be kind of not something that you're interested in, or if you're looking for something that's like satin is really great, it's really breathable, but if you're looking for something that's more kind of your traditional pillowcase and isn't kind of this silky softness, I have a couple different ones. Hey Michelle, hello. So let's start with the cooling pillows. So like I said, the satin obviously still really breathable, still machine washable, but if you want something that's really, really breathable as we're kind of coming into the spring and like summer seasons, the bamboo comforters, sheets, and obviously in this case the pillowcases are all a really good, very, very breathable material. So if you are someone who sleeps hot, if you have night sweats, or you just like live in an area of the country where it gets really hot during the summers, then bamboo is probably going to be one of the best kind of fabrics for you. So I wanted to kind of show let's see here. I wanted to kind of show all of the different kind of variations, like whether you want satin or you want like something like this that's bamboo, or then I do also put like the Luxe Club in there as well. That is kind of the third alternative entirely. So just like the other satin pillowcases, this is from Bedsure. These are just as equally machine washable, but bamboo specifically is very, very lightweight, like I said, but it's also very durable. So this is another set that does come in a pack of 2 with that same kind of envelope enclosure here. See if you can kind of show it to you. Let's see if I can flip it around. But then also you can kind of see that it's very, very lightweight. So I'm just going to kind of put my like hands through it so you can kind of see my fingers here. So I just put all like pillowcases in here today because I think pillowcases are like a great kind of toe in the water in terms of like what kind of fabric do I like. So you could try it as a pillowcase first before kind of getting into like sheet sets, right? So these also come in lots and lots of different colors, and they are that bamboo blend, so they're very durable. They won't, kind of rip or tear or, kind of get threadbare like a lot of different kind of materials would. And then of course, very naturally, moisture wicking and kind of thermoregulating and all of that. So you won't have any issue kind of with, like obviously this is kind of that really light kind of gray color, which is literally called light gray. You won't have any issues with any like bleeding of the darker colors or any fading as well. And you won't have to worry about washing them at any kind of specific cycle or anything like that. So Amazon customer, I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. And then again, this is another set of pillowcases. They come in twos, both queen, king, standard pillowcase sizes, and then of course the body pillow size, which we love, which is that really long 20 by 54. So I keep referring to it as a body pillow. You could use it like and call it as like a pregnancy pillow, some people call it, but either way, I love kind of like snuggling and cuddling up in a big pillow when I go to bed. It's kind of the best. So Michelle says I've been waiting for the fruit print to go on sale, right? I know. I like my basics, but there's definitely a lot of really good kind of deals with the last day of the spring sale today. So in this case, both of these pillowcases are like $12. They're right under that kind of $15 mark. Super, super affordable. And again, if you've been wanting to kind of try out like a bamboo, this is a really good time to do it. Just kind of take advantage of the last day of the sale, most specifically because they will not be on deal past today, or at least on the spring sale deal past today. So one other, let me switch actually forward because I'm looking at the lightning deals right now and I don't want anyone to miss anything with the lightning deal. So let me pull out my book light really quickly. This is probably one of the probably most popular, I feel like most popular items that I've shared in a while on my stream, and I usually get a lot of like follower like comments on it, or you use it for a variety of different things. I feel like it goes really well with like an upgrade your bedroom, upgrade your kind of nighttime routine, simply because you can clip it on a book, you could clip it on a journal, you could clip it because it has like a larger clip on it on the bottom here. You could even, if you have like a more narrow like bed frame or something like that, you could easily kind of clip it on to your headboard, or even like a window ledge. It has quite a bit of room here to kind of grab on. And so you can, of course, as the video is showing you right now, you can kind of adjust it accordingly. You can, of course, twist this here. You can touch on the very top here. And this is all a touch clip right here. So trying to not get it so it's reflecting. But here on the very top, and the video does a good job because sometimes when I'm streaming, the ring light, kind of will reflect on like the camera, and so you won't get a good view of it. But you do have two options. So when you're turning it on, you'll have more of a yellow light, or you can have more of a white light. So then of course you also do have on here at the same size as you do have, let's see if you can see it there, you do have your brightness level. So you have a low, medium, and high, and then it's the highest. And then of course I can switch between that very yellow, very kind of bright, and then switch it back to the white. So this is one of those items, let me turn this off really quickly, that's all tap to touch. Could you clip it on your laptop? Yep, I don't know if you can see it here. I have it like clipped on my laptop right now. So you could literally clip it on quite a few different places. And it does also have these little pads right here on both sides, so it would protect a surface or something like that. So if you were putting it on a ledge or near a screen or something like that, like on a tablet, it would protect it. So this is completely bendable, so you can adjust it accordingly. And that's why I like it for a nighttime routine, simply because you could, read your book for a little bit longer, or crawl into bed and start a journaling practice or something like that. So this I wanted to, like I said, jump ahead of in the stream, simply because it's on that lightning deal. So today, it is, let's see here, I was like looking around here too. They do have an extra deal and a discount on the listing itself. It is for an extra 8% if you have like one or more of these. So if you're thinking about these as a little gift, I do see overnight delivery on my Prime account, so if you wanted a kind of last minute little Easter basket gift, this is, like I said, 50% off with the lightning deal, but it does also have another 8% coupon when you add 2. So I do think with the lightning deal, it only lets you have one, so you'd have to go with a regular price one, but you could save the little extra with that too. So moving into do a crossword puzzle at night. That would absolutely be a good use for that as well. So, okay. Let me scroll through. And like I said, I kind of jumped around really quickly just because I wanted to kind of talk about the lightning deals really quickly. So let me take this video down. And I do know that the label maker doesn't necessarily fall completely into like a bedtime routine, but I feel like we could make it work. And there is, again, a lightning deal on this one. I do know it comes in 2 other colors. I have, of course, the mint. There is a pink and there is a white, and you can do it in a set of 1, or you could do a set of 3 as well. So lots and lots of different kind of options as well. My cat is sitting outside right now and is very invested in getting back in here. So like I want to kind of show you things like this. I feel like really need a kind of demonstration. So I wanted you to see how it kind of works with the app. So this is the little label printer, all easy. It's like a size of a phone, or like maybe like a slightly bigger than a deck of cards. And this is all completely Bluetooth. So this will connect to this app that you see right here on my screen. And from there, you're literally going to use the app. You can, as you can see, completely customize what your label looks like. And in this case, I'm going to open this and pull this out so you can see. It does come with a roll of the label tape. So this is like a thermal tape, so it's not waterproof, unfortunately. But you can get additional rolls, and as you can see kind of in the video, there's actually a lot of like pre-formatted templates that already have designs on it. What it comes with are these, which are, you can see, like individual labels, but if you prefer like one long tape, you could also do that, and switch that out if you want to write like longer things. But what I do like to use this for is it works really well as a way to kind of unwind at night. And like, I personally find organization and labels like very relaxing. So for me, if I could kind of like plan for the next day or kind of set up something that makes my life a little bit easier, I absolutely would. So on here, you can also see, as I'm kind of scrolling through, you can either use the kind of like pre-programmed words and kind of styles on the printer itself that's all already uploaded into the app, or if you want to be completely creative, you could easily write everything yourself. You can use your own fonts, you can change the style of font, you can pretty much do everything you want. So in this case, you're using something like sugar for the kitchen or whatever, or if you want to use it and completely make your own for your school supplies, for your books, etc., you could also easily do that. So I just use like pencils as an example. So most specifically, I did want to point out that it is on a lightning deal today, and it's always a really popular kind of little Bluetooth item as well. Super useful if you are a college student, or you're like me and you just honestly like to be super organized. It makes you feel zen and relaxed. But when I was putting kind of things together today, I also was thinking about Easter basket kind of ideas, and this would be a cool one to kind of add again if you have someone on your list or Easter or anything like that you're wanting to get something like this for. So whether a student or for yourself or for whatever. So I also feel like it's very Eastery. It's like this little mint is like a good Easter color as well. So I think all of these too, I always try to be really mindful to make sure that there are items that are available for shipping in time to get here, so that if you did want to add it to a basket or you did want to put it somewhere for a gift idea, you could still get it before Sunday. So I am trying to think of you guys when I'm doing things like that. So whether you like the mint or you like the pink or the white, all are, I believe, on a lightning deal today. Although I do think I saw the pink was maybe almost sold out already, I think, of that lightning deal. So one other little item that I wanted to pop in and kind of share today, as like many of you know, I like to go down rabbit holes with brands and things like that I do use. So one of the ones that I've been purchasing tons and tons of different items for is Grace and Stella. And I recently shared their eye patches, and you guys know that I share the gold ones from Dermora all the time. Sorry, that's reflecting. But I did grab a little bit ago their retinol version. They're purple, and they had a little bit of retinol. They're more for kind of brightening and wrinkles. So I had to go down a rabbit hole and try theirs, of course. And I'm actually kind of going through and vetting a whole bunch of other ones that I want to kind of share with you. Not just iPads, because there is another kind that is pink that's more glowy. So I'll report back on those. But they also have a lot of just beauty tools. They have lots of different skincare and hair care, and just there's so many things. So like I said, I always, when I find one thing that I like, which was their retinol pads, I was well, I'm gonna try some more, order some more, and so in this case, these are on that spring deal. So if you haven't tried the other ones that I've shared, this is a really affordable way to try some. They actually do have a pack of 6 if you really want to step your toe in, but they are literally the same price for 24, or they're the same price for 6. So that just doesn't make any sense. So these under eye masks, and I guess I can pull one out. I always hate to kind of waste them, but these are something that I like to use in the morning. They're really good for kind of underneath your eyes before you put on any kind of concealer or makeup or anything like that, because they will add a little bit of moisture. They do really help kind of brighten and rejuvenate that it's really terrible dark circles, those really terrible puffy tired eyes. I hate all of that. And it's also very genetic, so it does kind of it feels like a never ending curse for me, I feel but that's fine. In this case too, I do really like Grace and Stella because they are a woman-owned business. They're also a very small business too, so I am extra sentimental towards all of that, because I just think it's important to kind of share really great vegan, cruelty-free, all of that type of brands, but then also just really small brands as well, versus the big huge megaplex of brands out there. So but I really do like any kind of woman-owned business, but also just the fact that they have a lot of really great ingredients in all of their products, which is why I started down that rabbit hole in the first place of purchasing every different kinds of things. So hey Leah and Daniel. So I'm gonna open these really quick. I hate wasting one, but I want to show it to you kind of a little bit closer. These are great for self-care. like I said, another thing that would be really great in an Easter basket. These are also individually wrapped, individually packaged. So these are also great for travel for that reason. But you can take each little one, and I do have concealer on, so I don't want to mess it all up, but you're just going to take it and kind of go right to the corner of your eye and then follow that kind of bean shape around to the outside. And so what's going to happen is then as they start to dry, each one of these has some amino acids, a little hyaluronic acid, all of that. I guess I'll do this. This is the end of my day, kind of. It's West Coast time. So all of that, and as they start to dry, they'll just kind of stick to your skin like this. That all kind of absorbs into your under eye. It helps like hydrate, moisturize, kind of rejuvenate, like I said, the skin. So I like to use them before I do any concealer because that will really help have it lay flatter. So if you have a lot of creasing or if you have that dryness, try using something like this. It will really, really help with that. Let me peel this off as well. See, there you go. I have mine on now. I really should just leave these on for the rest of the stream because I feel like I can see like my dark circle right here, but that's fine. Dark circles are genetic as much as we don't want them to be. I hate it. And so like I said, I did share the purple version, which is like the ones that have retinol. Those are a little bit more like a mask. These are going to be really great for every day. And again, 10-15 minutes or so in the morning. And my secret little beauty trick is to put this like whole pack. You can keep these in the refrigerator, and then that will even add a little bit more coolness when you go to put them on. So don't freeze them. I would not heat them up either, but that little bit of extra coolness will really help with that puffiness too. So the reason I'm sharing them today, of course, they are 40% off. They're on the deal today for the spring sale. Today is the last day of the spring sale. So if you see something cool and you are here for it, then you should definitely make sure you add it to the cart because it will be gone after today. So boo, but that's fine. I do want to also, while I'm right here and kind of sharing everything, these were probably the best deal, I feel like, of anything that I had seen today. Because I was looking at my cart. So I always try to go into my Amazon Prime account. I also, when I stream, try to be logged out so I can see if there's a deal for Prime members or there's not. But this was the really awesome kind of like massive deal of the day. I'm going to add it to the chat as we speak. Where is my own self? So I don't want to hear my voice. There we go. So I'm going to add the kind of deal into the chat. So I just cut and paste it. So what I was noticing earlier today is there is a deal that is so cheap. They work amazing. So I very rarely ever talk prices, obviously, on here because they are always subject to change. But this is really impressive today. I can't wait to try. I've never had one before. They are so gross. So I always kind of like share this video with the kind of like a caveat of like, please don't like cancel my account. And I like put it up really quickly and then I take it down because like it's gross. But these are one of my favorite things ever, and they're exactly like what they sound like. But before I put this video up and scare everybody away, I want to point out that there are 2 additional coupon codes on the listing right now. The one will show up for 50% off, whether you're a Prime member or not, but there is another 20% off. So when I added it to my cart earlier today before I got on the stream, it is 37% off today for the spring sale. It's stacked with the 50 and it's stacked with the 20. So it literally made it, what did I put? $643. So that's like insane. So I already bought some because y'all sometimes ruin the deals because they sell out before I can get a chance to like buy my own. So I was already there. So they are amazing. So like Michelle said, I bought one through the storefront the other day. Here's my video. So they are exactly like they sound like they would be. They are a foot mask. So you're going to put your foot into these little booties. They look like this. And they also look like this. And so you can see, if I get really close, like all the kind of like treatment or the liquid in each of these booties. Like the under eye mask, these are, you know, kind of single use here. So one goes on each foot, and you're gonna put your feet in and you're gonna let them sit for like an hour. Your feet are gonna absorb all of this wonderful liquid. And what it will do is literally, like it says, it will cause all of that really gross, dirty, ugly, terrible skin of your foot to peel away, and it leaves you with like the world's softest feet. It is disgusting. It is 100% disgusting. I've also tried a couple other brands because I'm like, well, I'm loyal usually to my brands. These are the ones that have worked the best for me. I've tried another one that was a lot more expensive, and it was actually kind of difficult. I was kind of disappointing it because they actually, yeah, they just didn't work as well as I wanted them to. I was really bummed out. So these are definitely my favorite, and they're also incredibly affordable today. So let me show you this video, and this is what it looks like. So it says that it usually takes like 5 to 7 days to start seeing the dry and dead skin crack off. What I have found is if you take a shower, moisturize daily, if you use one of those callus removers, whether you use the cheese grater-esque kind, or what I like is that August kind of glass callus that I've shared with you guys before, it does help speed the process up. So here we go. It's disgusting. I take it up and I put it down in like 2 seconds. But this is what it'll look like as your skin starts to kind of like, literally, it's so disgusting. It starts to like slough off. So that's all like dry, gross skin, and I hate the fact that it's peeling. But my whole point was like sending it to friends, like, look what's happening. Is this not the most disgusting thing that you have ever seen in your entire life? The answer is yes. And so they work really, really well. So I'm kind of curious for you, Michelle, like, please try it. Come back, tell me what you think, tell me if you like it, and kind of like what your results are. The one thing I always tell everybody when they try them is like, if you think it's not working right away, like, don't give up. Like, give it a little bit of time, because it really is a delayed reaction, right? So just because in a couple days, if you're like, why aren't my feet peeling? This is, lame. These didn't work. Like, Ashley lied to me. Like, I'm telling you, give it a few days, especially if you're doing something like every day, like kind of moisturizing your feet, putting them in those moisturizing socks, putting lots of lotion on, sleeping with socks and like Vaseline, or honestly, just showering and soaking your feet every day will help kind of speed it up. So Leah and Daniel said, Michelle, they're amazing. I'm telling you, I want you to like message me and DM me and tell me like what your thoughts were, but they are so gross, but in kind of like the very best way. So they do come in other sets, and they do come in other fragrances. I almost always use original scent. Honestly, it's not the best scent in the entire world. It just isn't. There are like vanilla and lavender and a lot of different others. But again, I'm kind of a loyalist, so I've started with original. I'll just stick with original. Yeah, I just stick with it. So if anybody tries any of the fragrance ones, let me know. Tell me if they work, really well for you, or like you like the scent, anything like that. Any of my ladies who are watching, the scent I think is equivalent to like if you went to a nail salon. You have that kind of smell, and that's what it makes me think of. But you rinse it off as soon as you take your feet out of the little baggies, so it's not like it lingers or anything like that. So the balls of both of my feet right now are prickly. Yeah. So that video I took was like last summer, I think. And I use it as an example kind of over and over again, because that was like when I was still like running a lot and long distance, and I had the worst calluses on the back of my big toe, on the back of my like the pad of my foot, and then like the back of my big toe. My heels are always gross. So definitely come back and let me know. So Leah says it took like a week to start peeling. Yeah, that's what it says. So like I said, I think it's different for everybody, but I would definitely at least give it like 5 days before you're like, this didn't work. And you can also kind of like repeat it, but I would wait until it's like done it's like mostly done peeling the first time and then do it again. So like don't try to do them too close back to back so they don't get wasted. So okay, let me also give you guys some coupon codes that I do have in here as well. So going to both of these from Kitsch. So I'm gonna pull these out. I like both of these. I keep them in my little pack. You can see I just like rip this off like a monster, and then I just keep them all in here so I don't lose track of them. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. We mostly just have a lot of fun around here, I feel like, is kind of like the plan. So and then I also kind of keep these all organized. I have a little satin hair tie kind of like, I don't know, totem pole that you can put all these on and organize them. But when I'm kind of sharing like a multi-pack in a stream, I kind of like to show multiple colors. So both of these items from Kitsch, I do also have those unique follower only coupon codes for. So if you're not a Prime member, you don't get to take advantage of this, I'm sorry. But in the bottom right hand corner, if you're on your desktop, you'll see a button called Claim Deals. If you are on your mobile, it's on the right hand side. I think the yellow button is still at the bottom. If you don't see that vertical view, make sure to click on the video itself and it'll pull that up for you. That way also, if you transition to a different page or anything like that, it makes a little sticky of me and it'll follow you kind of around, so that'll help. Sheila, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it today. So like Leah said, this is a great idea for a 17-year-old for Easter. I actually made some lists for some Easter baskets and things like that. And I was just kind of adding some for a beauty lover. So dermaplaning tools are actually really great to kind of give in kind of combination with a kind of like a whole skincare basket, but most specifically any kind of like moisturizer or any kind of serum or skincare, because you would use a dermaplane tool as a way to kind of like get rid of the little bit of peach fuzz that's like on your forehead, on your cheek, on your chin, your little mustache, whichever. But one thing that's nice, and if you're like, well, I'm not a hairy human, like I don't need this, is by removing that little, kind of baby fuzz, it'll actually allow the serum, the moisturizer, all of that to absorb more deeply into the skin. And it's really super simple. This is like not a sharp razor at all. And I literally can never do this on a stream because I'd have to do it backwards, but you kind of put it at about a 45 degree, I can't do this when I'm looking in the mirror now, to your face, and you're just going to do these like little tiny kind of back and forth movements all the way down. And I think I've done this recently, so you're not going to get to see like the little like peach fuzz that'll kind of come off, but it's really, really gentle. What I do like to do, however, is as soon as you're done doing that, is really give your skin a good moisturizer. If you use retinol or any kind of like acid serum, don't use it right after you do this, because the skin, you're pulling off dead skin cells, all of that. So because you don't want to irritate your skin, I would just go with a really great like moisturizer, and then also something like a really rejuvenating serum like vitamin E oil would be great, but just not something that's maybe more of an exfoliator like vitamin C, for example. And these are really, really inexpensive. Yes, for miscellaneous whiskers, for sure. That is another great use for them. And as you can see, they're also on deal today, and they come in this pack of 12. These are reusable, but I would only say maybe a couple times. Like, you don't want to use this once it starts getting dull, because it will actually kind of cause a little bit more damage to the skin versus if you were, using one that's a little bit sharper. So can you cut yourself? Yes. but it's not like using like a straight blade razor or something like that either. So, but definitely, as I mentioned, that is a follower only coupon code. So if you do click on it, it will automatically apply that again to the checkout page. You won't see it in your cart, just because that's where you'll see it kind of like totals up. So they're like disposable razors, exactly. 100%, just like a little straight razor, but they are a little bit more of kind of like a safety razor, and they have this little cap obviously, but you can see there's like a little serrated edge to them, but really, really easy, very gentle to use as well. So I linked 2 different colors. I have the black version. There's also some pink ones. So again, if you're making a Easter basket for, you know, this weekend, then obviously you could kind of color code it. If somebody prefers pink, they could obviously use that. If they, you know, don't, you could always go with the black color as well. So many options. Thank you. They are my own. I actually did them for once. Okay, so speaking of kind of like Easter baskets for girls and things like that, let's chat about the other coupon code that I do have, also from Kitsch. Also, that same brand that I was just talking about, woman-owned brand, we love to see it. And another really great one if you are looking for something that's affordable, but that's also like made in the US. I know I get that question a lot. These are made in LA, like their whole like brand is based in LA too. So satin, just like the satin pillowcases that I kind of shared and started with at the very beginning, are super good for your hair, especially those of us who have like, you know, chemically treated hair. You dye your hair, you have, you know, just, you know, easily damaged, or you already have damaged hair. Satin hair ties and pillowcases are going to be really gentle on your hair as well. So in this case, you can see there is a really kind of like, I guess you can't see, but you could feel this. There's a pretty wide elastic band that goes around the center of the scrunchie. And then it also has, because it doesn't have that kind of like metal ring on any of the sides, it's going to be a no crease hair tie. So I'm just going to throw this hair up today. I'm going to go for a run after this, y'all. So this is like a good example. And I have pretty fine hair. So you can see I can like wrap it like a few times. And it also gives you a little bit of extra volume. If you've ever seen some of those like hair, what do they call them? Hair hacks, where you use like a scrunchie or a bump it or whatever underneath your bun to give it extra volume. This would be a good kind of like gentle way for your hair. Let's go this way. I don't like it when it looks like too like well done. When I used to CrossFit, I used to always wear like a crooked ponytail. It's like my thing, but Michelle says I bought the Velvet Scrunchie 5-pack. So these obviously are satin. That's kind of like the brown. Here's kind of like a pink color. I think I have one that matches like kind of like more this kind of mauve-y color, but they do come in a set of 5. My hair is still short. I need to figure out how to grip. So these do have like silkiness. So if you have issues with it kind of like falling out, I like it because I can wrap it so many times. So it's like snug without pulling on my hair. But I do have fine hair. So it's just curly. It looks thicker. So it does hold it up really well for me. How to manage the heat from long hair would drive me, I don't know. Like, what I used to always do is when I had really long hair, I'd braid it and pin it, and I'd have this, like, Daenerys Targaryen, like, coiffed, because running and bouncing and, like, all that would make it just one big knot. And I've had some really bad races where it was just a knot at the very end, so it's pretty bad, so. Is there a way to stop my hair from frizzing? So satin, like I said, satin pillowcases and the kind of satin hair ties will it make your hair stop frizzing? No, a lot of times like humidity, the type of hair you have, the product that you're using will all kind of change how your hair frizzes and things like that. But what I have found is if you are prone to frizz, sleeping on a satin pillowcase, let me scroll, I'll highlight it really quickly in the stream. Sleeping on something like a satin pillowcase will help prevent that kind of friction where your hair is rubbing against a fabric like this, and then that's kind of what's causing that frizz and that puffiness. But it's also kind of pushing the hair follicle up so that you're more prone to like breakage or split ends. So sometimes just that in itself will cause a little bit of frizz because those ends are dry and they're just kind of frayed out, right? But that would be my biggest kind of suggestion if you didn't want any kind of product or things like that. If you're looking for product, just a really good deep conditioner would be amazing and go a really long way. My personal preference is Olaplex. If you like a bond builder, it's probably like the OG of them all. But if you want more of a deep conditioner, I kind of go back and forth between like a Briogeo one and I go back and forth between a lot because I like to try a bunch. So I do have some on my Amazon storefront on, I think, my beauty favorites list. So you can kind of check those out. But simple, super affordable is something like this, the satin pillowcases. It's like the set of 2 is like $5, still breathable. You can still sleep and kind of help prevent that frizz at night. So let's see. I did jump back into bedding really quickly. So let me, just because we're already up here. So let's talk about bedding, just because we're right here. I have my little brown pillow because there we go. I wanted to share like the third option. So I obviously shared like satin, and I don't have any sheets like that in like my stream, but I wanted to share like the satin pillowcases, the bamboo pillowcases, and then of course this is the last set, and this is actually a full and complete sheet set. And the reason that I always share these specifically, I obviously share Bedsure all the time. It's one of my favorite brands, but this specific set, Luxe Club, is also really great. But the reason I love this set, if you're looking for like a great quality but affordable set at the same time, these come in a set of 6. So I've almost never seen a sheet set, I always try to say that very carefully, that it comes in a set of 6. So usually it's your flat sheet and your fitted sheet, which is what's coming with this one, and then 2 pillowcases. So this, as a set of 6, actually comes with 4 pillowcases. And they also come in a really, really huge range of sizes. So if you have one of those like weird size beds, so like not just like a twin or twin XL, like we're talking like a split king, or most specifically, they do have these really, really deep pocket sets as well. So the standard set, and these are all microfibers, I just want to point that out, but the standard set is the 18-inch set. That's how deep it is for those like deeper mattresses. But if you are someone who has like a extra deep mattress, so like some of the like kind of like Tempur-Pedic or like really customizable beds will be thicker. They do have an extra deep set that does go up to 21 inches. So a very kind of almost like custom set of sheets. And like I said, being really, really affordable, like this set, for example, is 50% off today. So I'm failed at typing. And of course, this is like the third option of the day in terms of fabric. This is the microfiber, so it's going to be a really, really soft option. I do find that the microfiber tends to be really soft, but if you're someone who does sleep hot, then you might find that this is a little bit, too thick for you, so you might want to transition to like bamboo. But there are a lot of people who like that kind of like brushed feeling of the microfiber. For me specifically, I like to just kind of like bounce back and forth a little bit. I think the microfiber is great in the winter. I like it in the summer too, but I do kind of switch over or transition to a bamboo because it's very lightweight. But both are super, super durable, whether you like want that softness or you want something that's a little bit lighter. But both brands are great, both sets are great. I am a big fan of this brand, and so like I said, I wanted to share just two different versions. There are also like 500,000 different colors as well. So that is probably the best set because like I said, it has 6 pieces. So if you're someone who has like 4 pillows, 5 pillows, 10 pillows like I do, you don't have to buy so many extra pillow sets. So I don't know, maybe, where's Richard today? He is missed, so maybe he is around here somewhere. A couple different blankets as well that I did want to share that were still on the deal today. Most specifically, a couple of my favorites, but probably one of the faux fur ones that you guys probably see most often from me here too. So this is the super furry kind of, where'd it go? Whee! Let's go this way. So this is also from Bedcheer, and this is one that I share a lot because it's soft, it's furry, and it's a great kind of like cuddle up at night kind of blanket. Let me scroll here so you can see really quickly. And it also is kind of like double-sided. So on one side you have this like really thick kind of like plush fake fur, and then on the other side you have this really kind of thick Sherpa material. So this isn't like stuffed, this doesn't have any fill, this doesn't have any lining. Let's go from this side so you can see a little bit better. I've washed this thing so many times. You can see how Sherpa gets that kind of like nubbly feel to it once it's been washed a few times. But you can see just how thick this blanket is. I love it for your like, you know, your Netflix and chill parties. I love it for your super relaxing kind of nights because you can also do it in a throw, which is the smallest size, all the way up to a king size, which is that 108 by 90. So this could be like a full-on comforter, or this could be as small as like a throw. So you could gift this as well alongside an Easter blanket. The throw size, which I did link today, is like just over 20, and I would love this in a little self-care basket. Or you can always switch over to one of the larger sizes and use it as a comforter too, right? So just so you know, this is a tie-dye black. There's a little like lighter, darker, and it kind of has that obviously tie-dye look to it. And then also this one here is a much more kind of lightweight option. So whereas that one, very furry, very fuzzy, very thick blanket, if you want something to kind of switch out the vibe, the aesthetic of your bedding, you can switch over to this. So this is 100% cotton. So this is a waffle weave blanket. You can see the waffle weave. So of course, you know, cotton is great for summer, so this would be a really good, really good kind of like coverlet as well for your bedding during the summer. Of course, if you're switching over to like a summer comforter, or you just take off the thicker layers on your bed, during the warmer months. Very, very breathable, very lightweight, and you can see it's this kind of like woven material. So that is again another kind of way that it helps kind of wick away moisture, helps kind of wick away and pull away heat as well. I have a foam mattress, but I have like a combination. I have a Nod, which is by Tuft and Needle, and I think it's great. I don't think it's like sleeps hot, but I also am someone who just doesn't sleep hot. So I'm a bad gauge of that. But I have found it's kind of like a hybrid where it does have a foam mattress, but it's not super thick. Like Serta makes some like that, or Casper even, I think. I like that one specifically. I think I've shared it on here before, but I think it's personal preference. And it's definitely a brand by brand, so it'd be really hard to like weigh in on anything that I don't have for that reason. But yes, switching out to a different color. This is, I think they call it mustard. Yeah, mustard yellow. But if you're not someone who wants something kind of as bright, this is very like goldenrod kind of in person. Very still kind of like a muted, more of like a dusty yellow. But they do also have like tans, browns, greens, of course, reds, oranges, all of that you could kind of mix and match with your aesthetic for your bedding. So it obviously it goes well with green. It is a little Green Bay Packery when it goes with green though. So and in terms of sizing, just like any of the others, you could do something like a throw blanket for your couch, for your Netflix, basket of, cozy, cuddly blankets and throws, or you could go even literally larger than I have here and go all the way for an oversized king. So there's king, and then there's an even bigger king size. So that's why I think this works really well as like a coverlet for your bed, especially in the summertime. So I think we only have one thing left, and then we can close this out today. I'm gonna go over here and just kind of share these with you. This was another one I should have probably started here, but these are from one of my favorite pajama companies, and I actually did a full kind of like sponsored stream earlier this last week, I guess, with them. So if you want to see a ton of different really good options for if you want to learn a ton of different options for pajamas and kind of like I'm gonna reach down here, cozy casual basics and things like that, you should definitely check out that live stream. It's saved on my channel. See, we talk about bedding, cozy, comfy, relaxed, all that good stuff around here. So like I said, just to kind of close this out, I have these sets in long sleeve, I have these sets in short sleeve, and I have them in the silky and the not silky versions. So since I needed a set to demo today, I wanted to share these. The two that are on deal that are the lightning deal today are the kind of like really soft knit, kind of stretchy material, which I think is probably y'all's personal favorite. I think they go back and forth. I like a little bit of both. But this set is exactly the same. I'm just demoing with the silky version today. And this is a set that has a shirt and a pair of shorts with it. So I know it has a collar, and I know it has this kind of like piping detail all along the sleeves and the collar, but it is really soft. You don't feel this piping whatsoever. You don't feel the buttons. These all unbutton, just really easy like that. And then of course you also have your little pocket here. So this is a matching set, so it is going to come with the top and the bottom being the same size. And in this specific instance, they are on that lightning deal, but it looks like there's an extra coupon, so you could do the extra 10% off. Looks very relaxing. They're very cozy. And this is another idea, for a Easter basket or something, if you guys all want to match for Easter or something in that frame too. These all should be able to get to you by Easter time. And there are so many different colors. I obviously am just highlighting black in the carousel right now, but there are striped versions, there's seasonal versions, there's floral versions, and they are very breathable as well. They do have a little bit of spandex for a little bit of stretch, and I do think that they run very true to size. So personally, I always would size up a little extra if you're kind of between sizes. For pajamas, like be looser, be more casual, be comfier. But I think that they fit true to size, and with that little bit of stretch in them, I feel like you have lots of flexibility. So in the bottom set of shorts, unfortunately they don't have pockets. It's the one thing I wish that they did have, but they have a really, really stretchy waistband here at the top. And while they are shorts, they aren't too short, which I think is super important too, especially if you're thinking about like matching family sets or something like that for Easter too. So really, really cute options on there. And I, like I said, wanted to talk about rounding out bedwear, sleepwear, pajamas, and cozy bedroom stuff, all of that. So you have a pocket on the shirt top. Yeah, so they all have a pocket on the top, but I do like a pair of pockets in the shorts. So they're just very streamlined. But if you're looking for a really great matching set, either this kind of knit stretchy version is great, or of course the silky version as well, if you want to kind of, bring it up a notch, I guess you could say. So, okay, so like I said, I wanted to keep this super short today, and just kind of go through some of the last minute deals that I did see. Most specifically, make sure that you are checking out all of the different deals and sales and all of that come with the final day of the spring sale. So literally anything you see, whether it's in my carousel or you see it on Amazon today, all of that is going to end. There'll be no more deals like this if the spring sale ends. And of course, I did try to kind of keep everything together. So Leah says, I got lots of goodies. Thank you. Like I said, I wanted to curate and kind of craft a stream that was kind of full of different items that were going to be available if you were a Prime member and you had the Prime shipping that you could get before Sunday, so you could put together some Easter baskets that maybe aren't full of candy and eggs, but then also be just really good deals as kind of we close out the final hours of the sale today. So lots of cute little finds, and then just to go back and highlight those foot masks. Those are by far the very, very best deal of the entire stream. Seriously, like what I say, like under $10 for that set of 8, so less than $1 each. Like they're so good, and they're totally worth it. So if you're putting together a Easter basket, that's what I would do. I very clearly put items in there that I wanted in my own. You can mix and match some hair ties. You could put in a little reading light. You could do a lot of different little options. Super, super affordable. Most of these honestly under 20, if not under 15, for some of the smaller beauty items. Yes, so I kind of bounced around times today. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do today, and with the last day of the sale, deals kept changing and I kept moving things in my carousel, and we were doing every which thing. We are going to do my scheduled weekly plant stream on Wednesday. I am going to switch it around. So right now I have it scheduled to be the planting version, but the dirt that I always use and I want to share and I want it to tell you guys about is currently back ordered. So we're going to put that to next week, and we're going to flip it with planting essentials, because I did get those and I've kind of put those together. So I'm going to start planning all of that. But if you love plants, you can go to my Amazon storefront. And I do have 3 more upcoming ones scheduled. So those are coming up this week. Will be like planting. It will be planting essentials, indoor, outdoor. Includes seeds for pollinators. Good to know. I will look. I don't think I own any or have seen any, but I will look. That'll be a good one for planting and repotting and all of that. So that'll be a good one. Yeah, so any of those, that is kind of like my scheduled weekly stream right now. So if you're wondering when I'm streaming, if you go to my storefront, like I said, that will always be Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So convert to your time zone. Or if you are following, there's a really cool new little added feature now that when you do press follow, it will say live notifications. You can say yes, all, no, or personalized. So you can set it so that you do get notifications when I go live, so you don't miss out on that. But if you guys want to schedule one to always see me, that's that Wednesday, 1 p.m. my time on Pacific Coast time. So we'll be having a really fun stream, still be putting some stuff together, but like I said, indoor, outdoor tools and some like fertilizers and some stuff like that. So getting it together for y'all for Wednesday. All right, so I think that is all I have for you today. Like I said, of course, please make sure to press follow. You'll get notifications when I go live. And if I do have any unique coupon codes or follower only promos, you will get those when I'm live. Or if you miss these or you want to go back later, shop through it again, or share it with a friend, even cooler, you can go to my Amazon storefront and look at all of the past live streams. They're all there. They're all categorized. They're all pretty awesome. And so yeah, you can always go back if you think about something or you want to revisit something. So thank you everyone, of course, for tuning in today. Thank you, Michelle, and I will see everybody next time. So